Welcome back to Binary School. This is part 3 of our series of tutorials that look at how to use the online app called Canva. Now, when we last looked at it, we'd had what we've got in front of us. So we've got our little motif, our snowflake motif, and we've got Merry Christmas, and we've got an orange star in the middle. So I'm going to think now, well, I want to put in a background. So if I click on background, there we go, we can see there are, looks like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of backgrounds. So I could go quirky, of course. I could have a brick wall type background in my card. Not sure if that's particularly Christmassy, but if I did that, we can see that Merry Christmas is no longer seen. So what I would need to do is to change my text. So maybe green, maybe white. Let's have a look. So something like that. Now I'm not actually very happy with that. So what I'm going to do is undo what I've just done. Now we can see up at the top of the screen we've got undo. So if I click on that, there we are. So we're back to where we were. Now I'm going to have a quick look down through these backgrounds. Oh, there's background of a motorway there. I don't think that's really very useful, is it? So I wonder what that tree background looks like. There we are. That's sort of Christmassy. Yeah, so maybe I could go with that. Alright, now I think I'm going to put a little bit more text in there though, so I'm going to go text, I'm going to add a text box, so it's 2018, there we go. Now we can see that I can whip that around if I wanted to put a little bit of design style in there, if you want to call it that. Okay, and I'm going to stick with my theme colour. There we are, Merry Christmas 2018. Okay, what else could I do? Well, we can see up at the top of the screen, we've got all sorts of things. We can change uppercase. There we go. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Don't want to use that. We can change the spacing. Yeah, so we could change the letter spacing like that. Let's have a little look. Yep, not quite, so I'm going to use my undo button. There we go, undo that, there we are. So there's all sorts of options that you can work with this. So that's my basic front. Now, so into the inside of my card. Well, let's have a think about our elements. Well, what elements do I need? Well, we're still sticking with the Christmas theme. So, there we are. So I'm going to use that as my border for inside. There we are. And you notice that Canva, as I've dragged that border up, has allowed me a little margin there, so I'm going to stick with that. There we go. Now I want to copy that because I want the same down at the bottom. There we go. Oh. There we go. Okay, now I want to copy that again because what I want to do is now I want to turn it around. There we go. And if I move it up to there, okay, now what I need to do, of course, is I need to shrink it down. So I need to have the correct size for my border. I don't need it looking poor. Well, that's still looking quite a little bit too big, so I'm going to shrink it down a bit more. There we are, quite a lot. Oh, that is more or less, I think, more or less there for me. Oh, I'm just going to pull that across a touch. There we are. Right, it's not quite sticking to where I want it to be, but I can come back and I can adjust that later, because what I'm doing, there we are, is designing my Christmassy border. Now I'm going to move that over. There we go. That's a bit better. Okay, so now I need some text in there, of course. Now I could use a text box. Yep, that is already designed. So there we go. So I could, yeah. Now I can change the text, of course. So I could change that to, I wish you a. I'm not quite sure about the birthday bit there, so I'm going to take that out. There we go. I wish you a Merry Christmas. There we go. Now, big problem we've got, of course, is that our font is just a little bit too large on that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go up to my size. There we are. So I'll shrink it down to 28, maybe 42. Yep. Do that. Move my text box down. There you are. I wish you a Merry Christmas. Merry? I've never heard of such a word. Let's try Merry instead. There we are. Okay, now notice that Canva is quite neatly picking up where I might have made some mistakes. So there we are. I wish you a Merry Christmas. Okay, and Merry Christmas 2018. Now, the two designs, the front and the back, really, they don't gel well together, and I'm sure you could do a much better design than that. But what we've done, what have we looked at? We've looked at adding text, we've looked at adding images, we've looked at adding elements. That's brilliant. Now, okay, so there we are. Yep. So what we're now going to do is we're going to publish that. Okay, so I'm going to download it. There we are. I'm going to download it as that, and it's like 2 pages. There we go. It's as a PNG. Yeah. Now, if you want to use it again, I suggest that you keep it as a PNG, but if you think you're finished, you can do it as a PDF. Well, I'm going to download as a PNG, and that's just preparing my design. There we go. And if you've got a PNG, of course, and you've got other image editing software, then you could potentially edit that. There we are. Okay, I don't want to do any professional printing, so I'm just going to get rid of that. There we are. And so my image, or my card rather, has been downloaded to Canva, to my downloads area rather. I'm just going to download it now as a PDF, just so we can have a little look in the, there we go, in the next edition of the tutorial. So I'm just preparing my design. It's all downloaded. There we are. I still don't want to order any prints. Okay, so thank you for viewing and listening to this tutorial.